So Ripple had a higher high in Bitcoin terms in 2017 than it did in 2013.
Then you have the XRP crowd, which also, first of all, just the size of that audience in general.
In addition to being able to provide a better end-to-end client experience, frictionless payments also help SWIFT member banks be more efficient as a community.
And we hope that they will take prompt action on that this fall during the October and November timeframe.
They try to shake me out, but I was born ready. Dropping down the price, then I be getting plenty. They want all your bags and they want all them empty.
What's up, good glitches? Welcome back to some more Moon O'Clock news. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra bullishness. Shout out to the latest sub. We got XRP currently right around $3.02, $3.01. XIF crypto to pop off. Could XRP become the preferred crypto for payments? Talks with major retailers like Chipotle, Starbucks, Shake Shack, enterprise merchants ready since 2018. Mass adoption is closer than ever.
Payment structure. Then you have the XRP crowd, which also, first of all, just the size of that audience in general. I'm looking at it when we see a potential here for a major retailer like a Chipotle, a Starbucks, anyone really. I mean, Shake Shack kind of went out on the limb with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I tested it at a Shake Shack, didn't work well. Or not Shake Shack, Steak and Shake, didn't work well. We're going to get them on the show to talk about it because the process was kind of clunky. So I asked them straight up, was this was just a PR stunt, you know? And
interesting. Yeah.
And my point is this, is if I can't solve my problem of payment with crypto, do you feel like retailers are going to try to start targeting ways to get to a certain audience just because it's a large audience that would bring them into the stores?
I think it's a great question. I think they will start to target more. Now, remember though, retailers have been in the dark for the last 8 years. They really have been waiting for some regulation. So we've worked closely with some of our retailers, some of our merchants we've been talking to since 2018. And I'm talking about enterprise grade merchants. And that's instructive. Again, much like we pick point of sale in brick and mortar stores, much like we stayed in the US, it's very similar to that. Working with merchants in their compliance departments, we want to talk to those enterprise-sized merchants. Of all the enterprise merchants today that accept digital assets, they're all doing it through Flexa because we've stuck with, except for one notable exception, which is Tesla. Right. But so we're talking about a couple dozen enterprise-grade merchants who've done it through Flexa. And the reason is we've walked them step by step by step along this regulatory pathway to a point where they now have some confidence thanks to Genius, and specifically thanks to the promise of clarity coming. So they'll know the assets, for example, being spent on their network aren't securities, or they'll know which ones aren't securities. So they can have that confidence. They also have that authority now or trust from the legislation that's coming. And that's why merchants are getting on board today. So I do believe you're right. I do believe they will start targeting the sector more. And I know for a fact this technology is here to stay for them. They've been working on it for years. They're ready for it. They want to build it. They know what the future holds. The future holds digital asset payments. They know, and I think this is to a merchant, whether they want to say it publicly or not, credit cards and debit cards have a lifespan, and that lifespan is coming to a point where it's ending. Maybe not immediately, maybe not tomorrow, but it is coming.
High vibe assets. XRP price is going to shock millions of people. Ripple NDAs expiring by the day. Contracts being released daily. You have plenty of time to accumulate XRP at cheap prices. Institutions will price retail out.
We ran the numbers and found, did this a couple of years ago, I think in 2022, there were only 2 coins ever to have a new all-time high in Bitcoin terms in the history of coins. So Ripple had a higher high in Bitcoin terms in 2017 than it did in 2013. And Doge had a higher high after the Elon pump in 21 than its all-time high in 2017. Every other coin in history has never achieved its original all-time high in Bitcoin terms ever again. And so they are all pump and dumps, every single one of them. And obviously Ripple and Doge are way, way down since those second peaks.
I try to point it out all the time. Whenever you say to people, stop measuring the coin in fiat and plug in Bitcoin. Go Bitcoin versus XRP, Bitcoin versus whatever the coin might be. And you will quickly see how much it changes the situation over there. And I couldn't agree more. People go to the casino, people buy scratch cards. We won't be able to take it away. I like to say all the time, I think whoever gets into altcoin, they are Bitcoiner, they just don't know yet.
Breaking Swift embraces ISO 20022 with third-party digital currencies. No native token plan. Why? To avoid competing with networks like Ripple's XRP. The XRP ledger of the future is interoperability, not monopoly.
In addition to being able to provide a better end-to-end client experience, frictionless payments also help Swift member banks be more efficient as a community, minimizing costly exceptions and investigations, enabling us to better compete from a cost perspective with new entrants and closed-loop networks, enabling member banks to leverage global open network that is Swift's strength with a more controlled payment orchestration capability backed by the rich structured data of ISO 20022 format opens up further opportunities for us banks to provide value-added products and services to our clients. But Tanya, I think, though, what excites me the very most of all, and what I see as the biggest new opportunity for the industry related to Swift's new platform, is the potential for integration with a variety of networks, rails, and third parties leveraging the rich ISO 20022 format and the transaction orchestration of the new platform to manage that interoperability, as well as rules of engagement with these rails and networks via a single central framework that provides transparency to manage that end-to-end experience regardless of settlement rail, be it real-time, faster, instant payment rails, be it real-time gross settlement rails, be it card rails, even e-wallet or digital currency networks. So that is what I find the most exciting about the possibilities that this network, that this new platform has.
Smoke Dog just in. Ripple payments designated as an alternative blockchain payment method, expected to be implemented in the EU by October 2025. Bitcoin. Chad Steingrapper, U.S. law is finally at our doorstep. Clarity Act, push for crypto legislation, October to November timeframe. So it begins.
Financial Services Committee Chairman French Hill is calling for crypto market structure legislation to be passed into law before the U.S. loses ground to Latin America and Europe. Chairman Hill joins us this morning. Mr. Chairman, it's good to see you. And I would ask you, what are you asking for? But all you got to say is you're asking for what's in that bill that the Senate is sitting on, right? There's a bill ready to go that would accomplish what you're asking for?
You bet, Joe. Good morning. Great to be with you. Happy 30th anniversary to the Squawk.
Thank you.
Glad to be on. Exactly right. We passed in the House in July the Clarity Act, which got 78 Democratic votes, meaning we had a strong bipartisan vote over the suspension of vote level in the House, meaning more than 290 members came together to vote for the Clarity Act, which is that market framework which will make America the most competitive digital asset nation in the world when you combine it with the Genius Act that President Trump signed into law in July, which is the dollar-backed payment stablecoin legislation. That's right. We can't be competitive and lead the nation in fintech if we don't have this market framework. I told President Trump back in July that if you sign the Genius Act and you pass it, it's like passing a bill that authorizes the use of a cell phone, but you have no cell towers. You don't have the rules for custody, for dealing, for exchanging, for serving as a trader, for how you're going to actually operate a blockchain network inside the financial services industry. So we need both. They're both essential. And as you point out, the Senate is now considering the Clarity Act under Tim Scott's leadership in the Banking Committee and John Bozeman's leadership in the House of the Senate Ag Committee. And we hope that they will take prompt action on that this fall during the October and November timeframe. I'd love to see the Clarity Act pass the Senate before the end of the year.
The regulation jar of molasses is bursting open. We got DCENT wallets, XDC fam. Good news. USDC is now live on XDC networks in your DCENT wallet. Add, send, manage USDC seamlessly all in one place. USDC on XDC inside your DCENT wallet. Link in the description for your XRP bags exclusive discount on the DCENT wallet single pack. Save $30. Also on the 2X package, save $99. 85 plus supported blockchain mainnets. Biometric authentication, your best wallet for XRP, XDC, XLM, Flare, Songbird, DAG, Algo, uncompromising security, thousands of coins natively supported. not your keys, not your crypto. DCENT wallets. Titan of crypto altcoins cup and handle a confirmed breakout will fuel the next major rally in alt season. Most important FOMC ever today, and altcoins look like this. I don't know if today heralds the start of the parabolic curve. I just know that every cycle before has looked very similar. Alt season is inevitable. Agrag, crypto, XRP steepened RSI shape. Historical data suggests a bullish setup when the curvature of XRP RSI starts steepening in the last leg of its push. We often see a parabolic rise in the last phase of each cycle. The pattern has held true. 2 out of the 2 times. Will it be the same this time? I'm in that camp that believes XRP RSI will indeed go parabolic, leaving the bears in an effed up situation. Load up while you still have some time. Paul Bearer Network. Stock market average performance after rate cuts during a bull market: 1 month 1%, 3 months 2%, 6 months 8%, 12 months 17%. A Fed rate cut in most environments is usually a defensive play. What environment are we in? The bull market continues. Take a look at the XRP chart here. Around 35 days projected left in this BTC halving cycle. Will we shift to a full-blown utility cycle with ETFs set to drop, rate cuts, and more crypto legislation? All I know is the longer they take, the higher we keep climbing on that XRP rich list. Top 10% holder, 2,373 XRP. Where will those bags be when that regulation jar of molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price is finally revealed?
Big bags.
We'll catch you up here on the mothership. BYOB. Bring your own bags. Be your own bank. Be your own boss. And don't forget to drop an elbow from the top ropes on that likey button. We'll see you at the tippy top. Later, glitches.
Later, glitches.
Can you take me with you when we blow up? Can you take me with you when we blow up? When we blowin'. When we blowin'. Can you take me with you when we blow up? Can you take me with you when we blow up? When we blowin'. When we blowin'. You ain't get yourself a bag, now we blowin' up